Hey guys, so, yeah, purpose of this video is sort of twofold. One is I have some time again and I wanted to make a few videos. So you can see the background has changed. I've moved, which is nice. I like this new place. And also because I think Kathy promised that that both me and Graham put up some kind of imagery of our armies. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm part of a small gaming group and we go to tournaments and have fun and fight against each other. So last time we was away, playing an 1850 tournament, which didn't go that well for me. Had some pretty horrible rolls. What did go well was that me and Graham got first and second place in the best army competition. As far as I understand, it was actually a tie and down to a coin flip. But congrats to Graham, and I just have to up my game for next time. See if I can take it home. No, but really, his army is fantastic. I'll put a link to the Facebook pictures he put up in the description of this video. So anyways, I wanted to show off what I had brought from my 1850. So if you had already seen my 1250 video, it's sort of built upon this, or built upon that. Actually, the only thing I did, so yeah, if you want a closer look at a bunch of things from that, go back and watch the 1250 video. It's basically the same, other than 10-man Terminator squad and a Devastator squad. That's basically what I added, if I recall correctly. So I'll do a close-up of some of the things in a bit, because this was a video to show off the 1850 or the painted army, as Kathy promised. So yeah, so this is a 10-man or actually a 7-man Devastator squad. 4 guys with missile launchers, because I think they're just the most versatile, and especially for their point cost. So they worked out great against hordes. I ended up facing hordes, and missiles worked great against deep striking Terminators when they're all clumped together. I had some good success with that against the Deathwing army. So yeah, I have my 10-man Terminators. So most people argue that Thunderhammer, Storm Shield are the boss, and I have to agree they're very strong, especially with me running Vulcan, or my conversion of him. I'll show it all in a bit. But yeah, well, there's several reasons for me bringing a normal Terminator squad. The first one is I have more of them, and I have had them painted or close to, so I just finished them up, and I just really, yeah, well, yeah, that was the first reason, because I had them, and it was convenient. I do have Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators, but I didn't feel like painting those guys up. So yeah, the second one is that, in my opinion, 6th edition is a shooting game, not a close combat game. My World Eaters, I've felt this firsthand, because every single thing in my World Eaters army is close combat, except for maybe my tank. And you know, losing those guys, and especially with random charge systems, I've failed so many charges in 6th edition. So yeah, I didn't want to risk them having to stand there and get shot at, because, you know, volume of fire is still just a 2-up save. Still taken down by bolters. Sure, there's a lot of plasma and melta and blast cannons out there, but you know what? If I'm bringing Storm Shield Thunderhammer, people will just shoot them down with everything, because most people have like sort of all-comers lists, so they're flexible enough to, oh, you got a 3-up in-wall save, well, I'll just take you down with regular shots then. That's usually not a problem. Also, they're vulnerable, they need a ride, otherwise they'll just keep soaking up or being shot at every single turn while they're marching across the board, or if they deep strike, they'll have to stand there and take it. Whereas, like I said, shooty game, I have a whole bunch of storm bolters. I gave one of them a heavy flamer because I'm running Vulcan, and he's great for, I think I've only used him once, like offensively for flaming things. I use him as a defensive things. Again, as I said, I think 6th edition is a more shooty heavy game. So if I can, I mean, strength 5 automatic hits with that one, and rerolls to wound. I think it's just a great way to maybe pick off that one or two guys from that unit that's charging you, especially because I deep strike my Terminators. So I'm in a mostly behind enemy lines, so I'm kind of vulnerable to people will shoot at me, people will try to charge me to deny me getting those extra attacks in the middle of their army, try to tie me up, stuff like this. So it's just nice if I can, you know, shoot that 1 or 2 guys away to deny that charge, so I'm free to act next turn. Also, I just love this model. It's a Space Hulk model. My camera doesn't have autofocus, or, well, I set it to manual, so I'll have to adjust it in a bit. I'll show you and adjust the lighting a bit. So yeah, the other thing I brought is a more expensive guy, but, you know, Cyclone Missile Launcher. Very effective, especially in the shooty squad. And the rest just have power fists, no chain fists at all, because, I mean, there's 10 Terminators with power fists, even if it's AV-14. I have meltas to take down AV-14, I don't, or I'll try to glance it to death with a million strength 8 attacks. And of course the Sergeant, just a power sword. So yeah, that's really what I have. I thought I would, before I leave this overview picture, I'll just quickly go through what I have in case you haven't seen that 1250 video. So, of course, as you noticed, there's an Aegis defense line, and out of frame is the quad gun, like everyone else is bringing. Yeah, I know. But anti-flyer, I have to at least give the illusion of me being able to fight back in the air. Then I have a 10-man tactical squad. Sorry, they're a bit out of frame, but there's a flamer, missile launcher, and a sergeant with close combat weapon pistol. He's normally manning the quad gun to get precision shots. So yeah, there's the versatile Devastator squad with a couple of extra wound guys fortunately had points for. Then there's 10-man tactical squad in a drop pod with a combi melta on the sergeant, melta gun, and a multi-melta. And yeah, well, multi-melta, heavy weapon, can't shoot that well when you move and you have to move out the drop pod. Well, it's twin linked, so, you know, I've just asked my buddy Mike, which I have a couple of battle reports I need to edit and throw up on my page here. So yeah, just ask him how often I hit with that when it's twin linked. So yeah, there's a 10-man stern guard, 5 combi meltas, including one on the sergeant, and 5 combi flamers. I don't know, yeah, you should go combi plasma because plasma is king, blah blah blah. Nah, well, ask my opponents how devastating twin link flamers are. I think they do quite well. See, if I was facing Storm Shield, Thunderhammer, Terminators, if I had the plasma, it wouldn't have been much. Of course, it would have been better than shooting bolters at them, but I would just take them down with combi flamers, or twin link flamers, and just force them to roll 2-up saves instead, because, well, depending on how they're arranged, of course. Then there's my Ironclad assault launchers, seismic hammer, all that business, meltagun and heavy flamer, all in drop pots, as you can see. So I usually get these 2 down turn 1. And then there's my Vulcan conversion here. Yeah, so maybe it's time for me to do some close-ups of it. No, actually, might as well show off what I'm changing, because I'm going to a tournament in just a week from now. Yeah, and I've changed my list just a little bit, and someone's watching, they can get a preview of what I'm bringing. I have already submitted my list. So the changes I'm making is I'm taking 2 of my combi melta guys from my squad and replacing them with 2 actual meltas. I know you probably can't see the difference as it is right now, but yeah, 2 actual melta guns for a bit more melta staying power, to make them more of a threat whenever I land, and basically means that they have to remove that squad, or else I'll just stay there with melta. And also, yeah, of course these guys get slaughtered because they are, yeah, a big threat, and I will miss the combi or the special bolter shots, but you know, I'll try this. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking 1, 2, and heavy flamer guy. I'm sorry to lose him, really, because he has been doing quite well, as I said. And what I gain from this is I'll have to make room for it. Just remove these 2 guys. Just finished up this. Well, almost finished. Yeah, I'm gonna try out a Storm Talon. I'll see how that goes. So, yeah, did a few conversions on it. Like, weapons are normally here, and they are, of course, as you know, with me, magnetized. So yeah, of course, I can still flip the wings up, but I'll just keep them fixed here and say, well, it's hovering now, or it's fine, yeah. So, yeah, I don't have high hopes for this guy, I really don't, even though I've discussed it with a lot of my friends, if I should go with this or not. I personally don't think this will work, but I thought it would be fun to paint up the model and have it in my collection. So, the reason why I'm worried about this guy... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't glued these in yet. I think I will, or magnetized them. So yeah. The reason why I'm worried about this guy is he's armor 11. Yeah, I know that it's okay for flyers, I guess, but he only has 2 hull points, and what that means is all the new codices and or everyone else pretty much brings this guy. So, intercept. That's 4 shots, usually manned by a BS4 model. So that's hitting on 3s, re-rolling. So let's just say he gets 3 hits. So that's strength 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 is to glance. That means he's probably gonna get 1 pen and maybe 1 glance, or a really lucky roll he'll get. Yeah, that means it's gonna get shut down by the end of my own movement phase before I even get to shoot it. Or I have to jink, in which case I can only fire snapshots. Or, you know, So yeah, I can only record for 15 minutes at a time. So yeah, it ran out when I was rambling about my Storm Talon in the blurry background. So yeah, let's bring it up while I just finish rambling. Or yeah, well, basically, as we all know, things on paper are never what they really do, you know, in games. And so let's try it. So what I've done to try and counter this, what I see is a pretty big weakness, is I've given it the weapon option of Skyhammer missiles, which is 60-inch range, and this is 48. So if my opponent is not aware of this or noticing, and yeah, you know, when he's deploying that, I can probably pop down in a corner of the table and just go to hover mode and stay there and just use this as a long range support. Have him fire 3 of these a turn, and at most ground targets it's ballistic skill 5, so pretty good. So yeah, I'll just remove this one because it's gonna fall off. Yeah, you can see heavily weathered. I probably went a bit over the top, but then again, imagine this guy with like re-entry and whatnot. Yeah, bit of tempted OSL on the engines. I'm not too sure if it turned out well, or if I should have gone like blue, like really hot blue white flame. I might go back to that. We'll see. So yeah, I really like how this one turned out. I'm looking forward to trying him. So yeah, have a look at some of the other models, which was the purpose of this. So yeah, have a look at the Space Hulk Terminator. So this guy briefly. Basically just run through some of them right now. I mean, they're all painted in the same style, so there's no reason of showing every single model, because the video will be quite long. So this guy, probably gonna miss this guy. So yeah, what else? Some of the other newly painted stuff. So these are actually meant for my command squad. But yeah, painted them up for with the purpose of this. And you know, that's just samples of my different units. Not really. I don't have that many fancy tactical marines around. They're mostly starter sets. I did just pick up some new ones, and I'll show you those. I'm really happy how they are turning out, because I want them to be a bit more cool looking. So here's my Vulcan conversion. I know I've shown this in a video before, but probably a bunch of new viewers for this. So what I have here is a magnetized shield. So let's get rid of that. So bits wise, if you're interested, it's Grey Knight Halberd, Black Templar body, Death Company legs, metal shoulder pads, one from a GW, Dog Angel's backpack, Forge World helmet, Black Templar shoulder pad, and his shield is a Terminator Storm Shield drop pod icon, and a bit from a combi flamer on a Chaos Rhino shield. So yeah, not using the official Vulcan model, just put on the shield again. But try to represent him as good as I can. So he has the Spear of Vulcan, which is a mastercrafted relic blade. So I used a halberd for that. He has a 2-up artificer armor, so he's in power armor, that's a bit ornate. He has a 3-up invuln save in form of his cloak, which I gave him a storm shield. So the point is that my opponent should instinctively be able to know what he sort of does, even if they're not familiar with him. And then Vulcan also has Gauntlet of the Forge, I think it's called, which is a heavy flamer. And so yeah, put a flamer on here. So I always make sure that my opponents know that this is my Vulcan. So yeah, I think this video has gone on quite long enough. I have a bunch more videos to do today because I finally have time. So I'll move on to some other videos, and thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like what you see. If you have any, suggestions, comments, constructive criticism, by all means feel free to share it. And it's just a hobby vlog, but if there's something you like me to talk about, to see me do or show you how to do or anything, just feel free to tell me what it is you want to see, and I'll see if it's something I can do, or yeah, and I will try to improve the quality of the audio. I do know it's a bit crappy as it is. I'll try to fix it by buying a new microphone. Anyways, this has gone on long enough. See you guys. Thanks for watching.